What's up, sports bettors? I got some player props, 5 picks for tonight, and we're going to be looking at this platform called No House Advantage. So it's a new fantasy sports platform. It works kind of like Prize Picks, but I highly encourage you to sign up for a couple reasons, right? First of all, they give you a $100 sign up bonus when you first sign up for No House Advantage. If you use the promo code below, OddsJam, they're going to match your deposit. You put in 100, you're going to have $200 total in your account. So they literally give you a free $100 for signing up. But more importantly, I've explained this before, and I use a verified bet tracker. It's called Pickett Sports, but you never know which book is going to have value on a given day, right? So if you look at my profit and loss, it does like this company, it's great. They do a ton of analytics. You sync your sportsbook accounts. It shows you your profit and loss by sportsbook. Some books you'll run a bit hot. Some books you'll run a bit cold. So you can see FanDuel, I'm up 8 grand. WinBet, I'm up 5 grand. Fliff, I'm down 10 grand. DraftKings, I'm down 340. Underdog, I'm up 32K. Caesars, 47K. So you need to have more sportsbooks. You never know which book is going to be slipping up, offering value on a given day. So as a sharp bettor, you want to have as many books as possible. And even if you're not a super serious sports bettor, I mean, literally sign up, deposit $100, $200 total in your account. It's the easiest $100 you'll ever make. But regardless, let's go through my first pick, which is from the sportsbook screen on OddsJam. So you go to sportsbook and then sportsbook screen. So basically the way I use this is I literally just like hunt through the market. So I'm looking at player rebounds plus assists here, but you can look at any market you want, right? And I just want to find prop bets. I want to find player prop picks that have an edge, right? That have value. So you're going to notice the first player prop I actually ended up going with is on Al Horford. So you can search for specific players if you want as well. So we can search for Horford. Well, let's see if that works. So there we go. And what you're going to notice is, hey, Prize Picks has Horford's rebounds plus assist line at 8.5. So if you go over to Prize Picks, right, the way this sportsbook screen works is it just reads in data from all these books. So on Prize Picks, they have Horford's line at 8.5. If you look at all of the bookmakers, right, you look at Jock Market, another fantasy sports website, another company with a $100 deposit match, Jock Market, all of these sports books, they have Horford's line at 8.5 rebounds plus assists. Some books like FanDuel, they even have his under 8.5 favored. So every data point is at 8.5, right? No House Advantage is at 9. Their line is too high relative to every other data point we have, right? As a sharp bettor, all these books, they all want to be unique. They try to set lines independently. So we essentially have dozens of data points. Thrive Fantasy, all these books have Horford's line at 8.5. NHA's at 9, so they're too high. We want to take the under. Their line should be at 8.5. I have no idea what they're doing. So I took the under, and that's the first pick that I went with. So I also kind of like to explain, I mean, I've done some videos on No House Advantage, not a ton, but the way this sportsbook works is pretty simple. Any 5 picks you select, this is the payout you're getting. They literally have a payout multiplier. You can switch from overs to unders. You'll notice your payout doesn't change. If you go 4 for 5, you get a 2.6x payout. If you go 5 for 5, you get a 12x payout. Doesn't matter what 5 picks you select. So if I remove this and I add in another pick, still getting that same payout on No House Advantage. So what we can do is you can essentially back out what percentage of my picks do I have to win to be profitable on No House Advantage. And I'll include this spreadsheet in the description and my email. So if you have any questions, reach out whenever. It doesn't have to be about No House Advantage. Anything about sports betting, making money, sports betting, the sign-up bonuses, the $100 sign-up bonus on No House Advantage. When you sign up with the promo code below, I'm happy to answer. But on NHA, if you can win 53.22% of your picks or more, you're going to be profitable. So let's say you can win your over-unders correctly, right? Over-unders just like Gorman, over-under 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. If you can win these over-unders 55% of the time, you're going to have an ROI of 13.9% on this platform, right? If you can only win 51% of your picks, losing 49% of your picks, your ROI is going to be horrible. Negative 15.5%. So everything on this platform just boils down to, can you win these over-unders? Just like Gorman, over-under 1.5. Hits plus RBIs plus runs. Can you win these over-unders above 53.22% of the time? If you have no edge or no advantage, you're only going to get 50% of your over-unders correctly, 50% wrong. You're going to be 50% to be right, 50% wrong. Just like flipping a coin, heads versus tails. If you have no advantage, you're only going to win 53.22, or you're only going to win 50% of your picks, so you're going to lose a bunch of money on NHA. So one of the betting tools I highly recommend using to find profitable bets on No House Advantage is called the OddsJam Positive EV betting tool. So what this tool does is it just scans the market and shows you profitable bets on No House Advantage. So take a look at this, right? There's some plays you can see on Jock Market. This is another platform. They also offer a sign-up bonus of $100, right? So sign up for all these sports books, at least, take the free money that's available. But what you're going to see is for Justin Verlander, OddsJam is recommending this play. The bet in green, the bet in bold is profitable. So it's Verlander under 5.5 strikeouts, right? So we said earlier, No House Advantage, this is a platform. They don't change your payout. As you can see right here, based on you selecting over versus under. Your payout doesn't change if you pick over versus under. So obviously you're going to want to take Verlander's under here, because if you look at all of the sports books, they all have his under heavily favored, right? The under is the heavily juiced outcome. FanDuel has the under at -138. Caesars has the under as the favored outcome, right? They have the under juiced to -131. DraftKings has the under favored -130. So as a sharp bettor, we treat all these sports books as data points, telling us, hey, where should this line be set? And every bookmaker saying the exact same thing, that, hey, Verlander's under should be heavily favored. Bet Online, Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, is right here. Pinnacle Sportsbook, sharpest bookmaker. They have this line at -139. They have the under as a heavy favorite. So that's a great play to go with. Also Duncan Robinson under 7.5 points. All the books have Duncan Robinson's under favored. He's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. So this is a prop bet winning above 53.22% of the time. So some people prefer, there's a lot of overlap between the between the positive EV tool, which we're looking at right here. So the only really difference is the positive EV tool, it works for sports books as well. So there's 194 sports books on OddsJam, right? You're going to see plays on FanDuel. Again, never know where the value is going to be. Get as many of these books as possible. I'm up roughly 8.5K on FanDuel this year. So I'm happy that's a book I have in my arsenal, and they also offer a sign-up bonus. So you might as well sign up for all these bookmakers. But what you're going to see is this fantasy optimizer, it only works for fixed payout platforms, right? So FanDuel is not a fixed payout platform. It's a regular sports book. They set odds. But for these fixed payout platforms, such as No House Advantage, where they don't change your payout, as you can see right there, based on you selecting over versus under, it works for all of them. No House Advantage, Jock Market, Prize Picks, Underdog Fantasy, Parlay Play. This is a really valuable tool, the Fantasy Optimizer, because all it does is it literally just points out player prop bets winning above 53.22% of the time. And everything is just based on sportsbook odds. So again, Justin Verlander, all of the bookies have his under heavily favored, right? He's a lot more likely to go under 5.5 Ks as opposed to over, according to the sports books. No offense, I'm not smarter, you're not smarter than the sports books and the market, what they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars into their ability to set lines, right? Follow the data. So you're going to see Verlander's under is 53.35% to win. That's above 53.22%, so it's profitable in an NHA entry. John Birdie, no single. Look at all the sports books. All the books have him a lot more likely to not have a single. His under is heavily favored, around like -150 odds. BetMGM -145. Caesars a little more bullish on his under. They have the under at -155. DraftKings -150. So that's a great player prop to include. So all these bets in green on the Fantasy Optimizer, Fantasy Optimizer, are profitable picks to go with. You just want to take these prop bets in green, right? Player props in red, winning 50% of the time, 51% of the time, that's not going to work in an NHA entry. You're not going to be winning above 53.22% of the time. So I'm not sure if you can see this, so I'll just move it down. 53.22%. And again, the spreadsheet's in the description. So what you want to take is these 3 player props. So what I ended up going with on No House Advantage, without further ado, is Ohtani under 7.5 Ks. Also got this pick from the Fantasy Optimizer. All the bookies have his under, heavily favored. Take a look at Caesars. They have his under all the way down at minus 161 odds. So want to take that. Verlander under, Berti under. So Ohtani under, Berti under, Verlander under, strikeouts, and then singles for Berti. Al Horford under 9, assists plus rebounds. Duncan Robinson under 7.5 points. Let's make some money. 5 really good player props. I'm betting 200. In these videos, I'm just showing you what I'm putting my own money on. I'm staking $200 to get that, 12x payout if I go 5 for 5. So this is what I got going on. Hopefully, video was helpful. Let's make some money, guys.